that good? Huh? Yeah, okay, he's there now. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's the holiday season, and I am, in fact, a commentary YouTuber. So you know what that means. It's bad Christmas movie time. This movie is made by Mar Vista, the geniuses behind Christmas Mail and 12 Dog Days Till Christmas and a bunch of other Christmas movies I'm sure you've seen YouTubers talking about. Scrolling through the Christmas movies part of their website, it looks like an AI generated a bunch of posters and synopses for a bunch of low-budget Christmas movies, except these are all real. The March Sisters at Christmas is a real movie. So is Christmas 9 to 5. How lucky are they that Christmas and workin' are both 2 syllables? In the 19 years they've been a company, Mar Vista has been at least partially responsible for 105 Christmas movies. They've also made a bunch of other movies that are not about Christmas, but that's not what this video's about. Let's get into my favorite Christmas movies they've made. A Furry Little Christmas. Dr. Scarlett Miller owns a successful veterinary clinic in Manhattan, catering to pampered pups and their owners. So no, that one's not about furries. I know, I'm bummed too. Mistletoe Time Machine. When a group of women who were formerly friends in high school get into an argument at a local bar, a bartender who looks strangely like Santa gives the group a round of drinks called Mistletoe Time Machine. The next day, the women wake up and realize they've been sent back in time to relive their senior year of high school. Imagine getting so drunk you accidentally time travel. And the description says, a bartender who looks strangely like Santa? What's that supposed to mean? I feel like if you're a big boy with a beard, you kind of look like Santa. There's nothing strange about it. That little strangely, that irks me. Girlfriends of Christmas Past. Livy, a love-struck event planner, is sure her perfect boyfriend Anderson is going to propose on their 1-year anniversary. Instead, he dumps her for another girl he's already started seeing. Livy is livid. How excited do you think they were when they realized they could put that one? Livy is livid? Champagne must have been popped. Livy is livid, especially when she discovers 2 more exes Anderson pulled the same stunt on. Murphy, a sassy lawyer, and Zoe, a darling ditz. Having not seen the movie, I think a better title would be Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, right? Because these are all people who are dead to Anderson, and they're all people who were his girlfriend in the past. But I think there's almost a rule at Mar Vista where you have to put the word Christmas in the title of your movie. Of their 105 holiday films, only 23 of them do not literally include the word Christmas in the title. And 5 of those 23 use the word holiday, because some of them are about multiple holidays. And the ones that don't include the word Christmas are still very clearly Christmas movies. I don't think anyone looks at a title like Candy Cane Candidate or Merry Kissmas and goes, I wonder what time of year this movie takes place in. This company has also made documentaries, apparently, like Ghosts of England and Prince William and Catherine, Royal Love Story, Part 1, Royal Engagement. I don't even have a joke for that. The title itself is it's the joke. But I'm getting distracted, I say, reading the script that I've written. The movie that we're going to be talking about today is called 4 Cousins and a Christmas. We open on a grandma making a video for her family, complete with Good Luck Charlie-esque UI that distinctly does not show up on an iPad.
This year for Christmas, I wanted to make something very special and fun for you. So I made each of you a scrapbook.
I don't know why we start here. We never see the scrapbooks that she's made or the rest of the video. And from here we go straight into the opening credits. The movie begins in earnest when we meet Jennifer, the protagonist. She's a writer who's struggling to write, could have just said a writer. She also recently got dumped, as you can tell by her writing a-hole on a cardboard box.
Saying goodbye can sometimes be easy. Ciao. Arrivederci. Bye.
This would be a better movie if the rest of it was just her saying goodbye in every language. Goodbye. Adios. Hasta luego, if you're feeling a little more casual. Wiedersehen. Dos vidania. Cyan. One of the most distinct things you'll notice about this movie right away is the score. There are times when the score is instruments playing a song. That's known as music. But a lot of the time, it is just a cappella singing.
She has the superpower ability to pass out anywhere. even after 4 cups of coffee.
It feels very Glee inspired, and I mean that in the most derogatory way I can. The next cousin is Natalie, a comedian who is struggling to break into the industry. Could have just said a comedian. She's doing stand-up at a bar that is definitely just someone's apartment. I love in movies when they try to convince you that a place is somewhere it definitely isn't. I know this isn't a bar. Bars don't have doors that look like that. You know how I know that? Because I don't live in a bar. They also filmed this scene so close to people's faces.
Natalie, I'm gonna be in LA for the holidays, and you're gonna be in LA for the holidays. So I was thinking that maybe you and I could meet up at some point.
Like, what if I talked this close for the whole video? Not just when I pushed in to emphasize a punchline. Like, this is just where I was for the video. You wouldn't watch. The next cousin is Millie, an actor who is struggling to act. Could have just said an actor. You know how they say comedy comes in threes? It's when you do the same joke 3 times in a row, right? In addition to being an actor, she works at the Urban Press Winery, the first of the places in this movie that are actual locations in Burbank, where I will be visiting for the holidays. And I didn't know this movie was going to take place in Burbank when I started watching it. So imagine my surprise when I learned I would be flying home and get to see some of the iconic locations from 4 Cousins and a Christmas. Like, literally, goosebumps. I don't have them, but imagine if I did. And there it is. Final stop on our tour, which my little sister said would be closed, but it's not closed. And we'll not be going there today. It's the family business, and Millie works there with her uncles. Lastly, there's Stephanie, a law student who is not struggling to be a law student. She's killing it. Good for her. She's in law school. You know how law students are. And she unexpectedly gets pregnant. But the music for this scene is way too silly. I'll say it.
What does a smiley face mean?
So in this scene, one of the cousins finds out she's pregnant, and she's a student and single, and it's just not a great time in her life. Plus, you know, there's all the stigma that comes with being a single woman who's about to have a child. That's sort of the vibe of the situation. Got it. So for the score, what if it was something like this? Oh, that's perfect. I also just find it hard to believe that a woman who's in law school would have to Google what a smiley face on a pregnancy test means. Maybe she needs to look at the box, but I'm pretty sure she'd be able to figure it out. And all the pregnancy tests I'm aware of, which are pregnancy tests from other bits of pop culture, have lines to indicate what the result is because they don't know how you're going to feel about it. They just want to provide you with the information. The smiley faces, I learned, are for ovulation tests. Even the search results on the iPad that she is researching with show that it's for an ovulation test. Ovulation, ovulation, getting pregnant FAQ. So she'd read that and go, oh, I'm ovulating. Got it. And if I'm ovulating, that means I'm not pregnant because you don't ovulate when you're pregnant. I know this. I'm a feminist. So I thought it'd be an element of the plot where she thinks she's pregnant because she sees a positive result on the test that she took, but she's actually ovulating, so she's like freaking out, but she's fine. That's not the case. She is with child. So those are the 4 cousins, and the Christmas comes in December when Jennifer and Natalie fly to the West Coast. Look, it's the airport terminal from 4 Cousins and a Christmas, streaming now on Hulu. They spend Christmas together because their grandmother has passed, and their grandfather asked them all to sing at the funeral. They reunite in Stephanie's dorm room and have a phone call with their uncle, who's clearly just recording his part at a different time than they are.
Hey, girls! Hi! Sorry I can't be there with you tonight. I'll be back for my trip tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. Hi, Uncle Seth. Can't wait to see you.
Are you excited for Girlies Night?
Yeah.
I'm bringing home a special collection.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun.
Aw. Uncle Seb.
Jennifer wants to sing Silent Night at the funeral because that was her grandmother's favorite song, and their grandfather wants them to sing Amazing Grace. This is the main conflict of the movie, and at no point does anyone suggest, hey, what if we just sang both songs? They go out to eat at the winery, which is also where their uncle works as a chef. This is when I started to think that the movie was based on a play, and if you looked at the credits like I didn't, it is. They do a lot of long takes where the camera sits on a tripod and the people talk at it or to the other people around them, and you can't exactly tell what's improvised and what's scripted, and it's a really easy thing to set up and a good way of getting your point across. I don't really have any experience with shooting things that way, but it seems to have worked really well for them, and maybe I'll integrate it into some of my videos. This scene also gives us our second iconic location, the Burbank pizza graffiti wall. And then we cut to me at the wall.
So there's the pizza place. And you'd think, you know, maybe that wall with the artistry on it would have something to do with it, but I guess not. Okay, so all that footage that I had of my face is unusable, so I'm gonna say it all again. There was the pizza place. There wasn't any pizza graffiti anywhere near that, and all the graffiti now looks more like this, where it's like a professional artist did it, and not like a child. Understandable that they would want to go with something done by, you know, a real artist, considering that it seems like this is just a bunch of different little like studio areas. I looked all around, all in that area, and I didn't see that pizza wall anywhere. And honestly, I'm disappointed. I didn't come out here to see my family or friends who I haven't actually seen in a year and a half or anything like that. I came out here to see the pizza wall from Four Cousins and a Christmas, damn it. If there's one thing I don't think of myself as, it's a vlogger. So to be out in public like this, filming myself, feels very silly. It feels very uncool to do.
Remember your Mr. Popular quarterback prom king senior who broke your heart when you were a freshman in high school?
If I saw this guy walking around a high school, I would not think, oh, that's got to be their Mr. Popular quarterback prom king. I would go, what's this adult doing at a high school?
Oh, well, this one's mine. A walking, talking Ken doll.
That man is smooth from head to toe. Doesn't even have a butt crack. He's gonna be the love interest. Do I have to say it? Do I have to explicitly state that this man's gonna be? Come on, we've seen holiday movies. We know where this is going.
Uncle Tommy's my favorite. He's a simple guy with a big heart. He gets me. Uncle Tommy's special is the best anchovy pizza in all of LA County.
I like that pause between LA and county because we aren't in LA, we're in Burbank.
To Grandma's two favorite things.
The woman had amazing taste.
Yes, she did.
They don't explicitly say what those two things are, but they're eating pizza and drinking wine. And throughout most of this movie, you will see people eating pizza and drinking wine. It's to a point where I'm just a little bit concerned for their health. Then even more of the family shows up at the winery.
What's up, girls? How you doing? How's that deadbeat dad of yours?
Dad.
I'm sorry, sperm donor?
Bold opening. A major part of the family drama is how Jennifer and Natalie's dad is not well liked by the rest of the family. They both have the same father. He was around for at least a little bit in their life, but the family does not like this dude. They call him the sperm donor to really emphasize their disdain for him. And then when Jennifer is showing all of us a family tree, in case we're confused about how two sets of sisters could be cousins, she calls him the sperm donor herself.
Dad, sperm donor, had me, Jennifer, and Madeline.
So does she not like him either? I genuinely don't know. I feel like it might be one of those situations where it's like, hey, he may be an asshole, but he's my asshole. But I really don't know. Finally, the grandpa walks in, and he's got a lot of papers because he likes doing paperwork with papers and not on the computer.
It's a box with wires, okay? You click of a button, everybody knows your business.
No,
I like to keep everything up here.
I'll take the papers. It's fast.
No, please, okay? I've been doing this for 34 years.
And if you did it on a computer, I bet it wouldn't take that long.
At this point in my life, I don't need faster.
Grandpa.
Excuse me?
How dare you call me, the father of your mother, Grandpa?
You're choosing the song at the funeral tomorrow? Everyone may have forgiven you for what you did to Mom, but I haven't, and I never will, okay? If you choose the song tomorrow, I'm not singing.
Oh, at some point I should mention that their mother is dead. She died last year. It was recent, but definitely distant from the grandmother's death. I should mention that, at least at some point, so no one asks where the mom is. She's 6 feet under. Later that night, the cousins all talk, and they decide to side with Jennifer and sing the song she wants at the funeral tomorrow. And then they drink some more wine. It's raining on the day of the funeral, and Jennifer and the Ken doll get to conversate. She's asking tough questions, like,
I just want to say I'm sorry about your grandmother. Last couple weeks, I'd bring her favorite soup.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
and he's giving all the right answers, which is just her grandma's favorite soup.
Pasta fagioli.
So cute.
She told me you're a writer now. That's awesome. She got me to read one of your articles, some about mass shooting or domestic violence.
Breathe.
I'll be honest, it was a little bit over my head.
This is when she's supposed to be falling for him, and it happens immediately. There's no, like, will they, won't they. It's all will they. I also love the pacing of this scene because if you take out her internal monologue, it makes no sense.
I recently just started finding my own passion for writing. Children's books.
I have to go.
After talking to the Ken doll, she bakes edibles for the funeral while being pestered by her agent about her next book. Again, struggling writer. Slowly, people start coming in and they want the cookies that she's baking, but then, she tells them they're edibles, and they're like, no. I'll just have some of that pizza.
But this is clean, right?
Where it came from, I don't know. When it got there, I know that even less. Then Natalie's New York friend and the Ken doll have a little meet cute when Casper rolls around looking for Natalie. He's the dude from when they were way too close up. He sees the flyer for the funeral, and having never met the rest of the family, and after Natalie told him she doesn't want to hang out with him while she's in California, he decides, yeah, she'd want me to be at the funeral.
You should leave a pizza out for people to try, too. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
The cousins rehearse Silent Night for the funeral, and everything I know about low-budget Christmas movies told me that this was gonna be bad.
1, 2, 3.
Silent night.
Hello?
But it's not. It's not a mess. It's not terrible. They're just normal people singing a song. I'm not gonna be a hater in this moment, okay? I've heard far worse renditions of Silent Night. For a better one. But I've heard many that are worse. After that rehearsal, the cousins all start confessing their problems to each other. Millie opens up about being generally unhappy with her marriage.
I guess I should apologize too. If I'm being totally honest, things aren't totally great in my marriage. Lately, I can't help but wonder if my acting career would have been different if I was on my own. If I didn't have anyone or anything to worry about, just me.
Natalie confesses to being a virgin to the surprise of everyone.
I'm a virgin.
Seriously?
Who thought, she must be a big whore.
Yeah, seriously, okay? Don't act so shocked.
But Stephanie doesn't tell everyone she's pregnant.
I haven't been doing that well in school lately. I got a B on my last exam.
Come on,
I swear to God.
Jennifer doesn't even get a chance to reveal a confession before Uncle Sebby comes in, looking for, what else?
Who's got wine?
Is this movie about a family of alcoholics? Should I be worried? Maybe it's because they're Sicilian. Maybe they're just slow drinkers. But Millie opens up her confession by saying,
This is probably just the wine talking.
So she knows she's buzzed. And I know she's buzzed too. I just don't want anyone getting too drunk and saying something that they'll regret, setting us up for Act 3.
Do you think Mom and Grandma are watching us?
No, they miss us as much as we miss them, then definitely.
And if they don't, well, then they're probably watching Paddington. That's a good movie. Even if I die, which I won't, but even if I was going to, and my funeral was going to be run by people who I felt total apathy towards, I didn't care about them at all. If my corporeal form is still able to go, I'm going to be there. I am nosy by nature, and I love attention. I want to know what the people are saying about me. It's me, for Christ's sake.
What's your plan for changing the song without Grandpa noticing?
Let me handle it.
You ever heard of Vincent van Gogh? Here's the thing. He's going to notice. So long as you sing a song and he attends the funeral, he's gonna know that you changed the song. He might not know that you're gonna switch it up before you start singing, but once you start singing, I'm pretty sure he's gonna know. Please join us in welcoming Harry James Miller as he sings our national anthem. Oh God, I hope no one notices that I'm changing the song. When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide. Then I stop. Wow, I love the national anthem. Then I get to the bottom, and I see you again! When they're cleaning up the house for the funeral, Millie takes Stephanie's iPad upstairs and discovers Stephanie is Googling the pregnancy test results and how to give up a baby for adoption. Then, Casper shows up and Natalie is justifiably weirded out.
What the hell are you doing here? You can't just show up to a funeral. It's creepy.
You haven't responded to any of my texts. Thought you might need the support.
I mean, I haven't had the time to look at my phone. Okay, why am I explaining myself?
I'm sorry. Do you want me to go?
Yes, I want you to leave.
Oh.
Don't know why he showed up in the first place, but also don't know why he's hesitant to go or why he seems a little surprised that she doesn't want him there. Just leave. Leave, dude. Come on. Then the funeral finally begins.
I wish my sister and my mother could be here today to see all the family again together, but they can't be.
I wish my mom and sister could be here today. Unfortunately, they can't because they're dead. It's kind of why we're here in the first place. The cousins go up and sing Silent Night, and by the end of it, they are all weeping, and their grandfather storms out. Then they all drink some wine, and Stephanie refuses to imbibe.
Grandma. Oh, here, you can have some wine.
Oh, no, I'm good. No.
Okay.
How does nobody immediately know this is a red flag? Maybe these characters are better people than I give them credit for, and they are fine with people going against the grain or making big changes to their life. But I feel like, with them, if someone was like, you know what? I don't want a glass of wine right now. Immediately you're like, whoa, something's up. Or at least one of them would be surprised. They wouldn't all just be like, oh, not today? Cool. Millie gets a phone call about an audition she had, which means either she's got a callback or she's gotten the part, probably a callback. And Natalie thinks it's romantic that Millie's husband carries her phone.
It's your manager.
Oh my god, the audition.
Oh my god, I have a good feeling about this. Okay, so Pete carries her phone for her. God, I wish he had a brother. Or two, or three, I don't know.
Is that a thing? Is that something that people think of as a romantic gesture? Then things start popping off because their mom got high on the cookies and has way too much energy for someone who's supposed to be high.
Mom, are you okay? I feel wonderful. I do. And I don't know why, because I miss my mother and I miss my sister.
Why didn't you tell us about him, honey? It wasn't worth talking about.
Well, it's always worth talking about, honey. Come on.
And one sister leaves to go get some wine because there's never enough wine. They're talking about potential love interests and someone goes,
Jen, any boy?
No, no one special.
While looking off into the distance, directly at the Ken doll. They talk in the kitchen and have so much chemistry.
I was completely rude to you earlier, and I want to apologize.
It's fine, you had a lot on your mind.
I did, but it's not fine. I really am sorry.
Okay. Apology accepted.
Good.
You're great. I mean, you were great earlier when you were singing.
Why, thank you.
He's eating one of the edibles though, so I hope he knows he's about to get high. Or at least I hope that Jennifer tells him that he's about to get high. Neither of those things happen. Uncle Sebby walks in and gives a fabulous line reading. And what is the music here?
Uh-oh. Little gingerbread man.
Were they just doing vocal warm-ups? And then someone was like, yeah, that's in the movie now. What's happening? Grandpa has just been sitting in a chair, listening to Amazing Grace on a continuous loop when Jennifer walks in.
I know that you changed the song, Jennifer.
The song that we sang? Out loud? How could you tell we changed it?
I was just doing what Grandma would have wanted.
You're just like your mother.
A whore. A whore who I hate.
Get out.
The rest of the movie feels like a half hour of endings to different Darman videos. I expected us to get hit with the "so you see" 8 different times.
People make mistakes. Sometimes you just have to accept it and move forward. We all deserve second chances.
We know you're strong, okay? We know we don't have to worry about you. We know you can handle anything that life is thrown at your way. But Stephanie, on the other hand, she still needs our guidance. And yours too. You're her sister, for God's sake.
I make 100 mistakes a day. Granted, they're not as big as yours. But it doesn't matter. the mistake you make. What matters is what you do after.
In fact, fuck it. Darman needs to make a Christmas movie. I know he made an hour and 45-minute Christmas special, but that was a bunch of different small stories, and I want one big one. Give me a Darman feature film in wide release. I need Nicole Kidman to tell me that heartbreak feels good in a place like this before I get life lessons from Dar.
And there it is. The greatest to ever do it. Darman Studios. Here in beautiful Burbank, California. So I filmed that beginning portion in New York in my room, obviously. But recently, it has come to my attention that Darman did, in fact, make a full-length feature film. Good for him. Wish he would have done it before actual Christmas so that I could have made a video about it, and maybe that's next year's video. But I don't want to consider this me being wrong, because that I could never be wrong, incorrect. So what it is it's not that I was incorrect, it's just I was manifesting. I was putting it out into the ether. In the week and a half since I filmed that, it's not even been a week and a half. In the few days since I filmed that, Darman has decided, you know what, I will make a feature-length film. Wrote the script, shot it, edited it, and now it's a real thing. And I'm the one to thank. So Darman, you're welcome for the good idea. Congratulations on all the success.
Gross. You should have. You should have gone. Millie didn't get the part, so I don't know why they called her. That's kind of an asshole thing to do. So she starts drinking, and when Stephanie says, hey, even for someone in this family, you're drinking kind of a lot. You want to slow down? Millie tells everyone that Stephanie is pregnant.
A little angel has come down from heaven to hand out life lessons. Is that what this is? You have some secrets of your own. Now, don't you stop. When were you going to tell Mom and Dad that you're pregnant? When were you going to tell me?
This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. And it happened. I just don't want anyone getting too drunk and saying something that they'll regret, setting us up for Act 3. Ugh! So Stephanie storms out. Because yeah, holy shit. Steph! Of course she does. Why wouldn't you?
You know, this right here, this is what killed Mama.
Could be. Could have been. Or could have been the cancer. I don't know. I'm no doctor.
The chemos, well, it slowed your grandmother down. But losing your mother is what killed her.
Again, I'm gonna go with the cancer on this one. I've never lost a child, but... So the family all go off to find Stephanie and let her know that they're here for her.
I need you to know, whatever your choice is, I will always be your sister, and you will never be alone.
Millie, I'm in the middle of law school. Will you please just go?
You know I'm not going anywhere. No.
Everyone's so happy, and they do a big group hug with everyone, including Casper, who's sticking around. Then we flash forward to 1 year later, and they're passing around this tray of hot chocolates in just the most infuriating way. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to pass it to my fiance. See, I got the ring. And then he's just going to pass it off to somebody else, not do anything really with it. She's going to actually distribute some hot chocolates. And then this guy's going to get up, grab it, and actually just hand it off to somebody else without doing anything. And she's just going to put it down. So he could have put it down, she could have put it down. Everyone is doing well. They're all happy, and no one is struggling to do their career anymore. Jennifer has finally written her next book, and it's about Christmas. She finished it on Christmas, so it will not be released until next Christmas. And you already know, the credits have some weird-ass music. And that's Four Cousins and a Christmas. One of the movies that I watched this year. What did I learn? What did we learn from this film? I was a little disappointed when the back half of the movie all takes place basically in one house. I was like, dang, there's not more fun places in Burbank I get to go to now. But such is life. Such is Christmas, huh? Expecting big things and then getting a little bit of what you want, but feeling a little bit of disappointment too. I've got one more video for this year, so I'm not going to get into my emotional end of the year spiel yet. You'll have to wait for my gratitude. The wait is over. There will not be another video this year. I don't know if you could tell, given that it is December 31st of 2022, but this is the last video of the year. So thanks for hanging in all the way to the end. Also, damn, we're what? You're a full half hour into the video. So thanks for sticking it out. Wow, that means a lot. Quite literally, this last year on YouTube has changed my life. Not just because like I made a couple videos that got more views than I could ever imagine, but like I have felt a lot of times, you know, I wanted to be part of communities, but I didn't always feel like I was a part of them. YouTube has been a huge part of my life for like as long as I can remember, really. I got one of the original iPod Touches in like 3rd or 4th grade when the YouTube app was built into the iPhone and was like that old TV. And so I have been watching YouTube for forever now. It seems like forever. It's definitely like a good 2/3 of my life. And I've always felt like it's a good way to connect with people and to better understand my place in the world and all that. But I always felt like YouTube was just kind of a thing that I did alone, really until I started making videos. And now I don't think YouTube will ever not be part of my life now. I don't know how it could. Brian David Gilbert has a band called The All Together, and they have a song that I really like called Sophie. And one of the lyrics in that song is, "I've found a piece of ground in this town." And that's really what this year on YouTube has felt like to me, where it's like, I'm part of the community now. There are many people with many, many more subscribers than me. And there probably will be for forever. I'm never gonna reach like a Mr. Beast level of popularity. And I know that. And that's cool with me. I don't need to be Mr. Beast. In fact, I'd prefer not to be, but I've got my own little space here, and a lot of you are part of that space, and we exist in the space together, and I'm so very grateful to you all. Truly this year has changed my life. I know I'm not always super active in the comments, or at least not super visibly active, but I do read most of them, regardless of how that might be for my mental health. To everyone who's left a nice comment, thank you. I probably have seen it, even if I didn't directly interact with it. And it does mean a lot to me. There are some of you who I see pretty frequently. Of course, Judah from the start, been there. But Filthy Fish Goddess Mermaid, Alice the Mad, Chris Rod, Patterns, Got Milk. There are others. There are others who's like, I see your name in the comments and I instantly recognize it. But I want to thank you all for supporting me and consistently showing up, because it means a lot. And then also shout out to the Twitter gang. I'm at Mr. Harry Miller on Twitter. Follow me. Shout out to Ethan, Hyalina, Curry, Scarlet's Hope, Anushka, Russell Wright, Rach, Actual Capri Sun, Caitlin, Lester, Kennedy, Festive Dev. Gotta get Festive Dev in there. Kelpie G, Daria, Haley, Young Harris. Thank you. It's been a hell of a year. I'm not gonna set any subscriber goals because I don't feel like I could crush it as well as I did this year. 2023, obviously I want to grow the channel and make this more of a job for myself, because that means that I also can provide entertainment to you on a more regular basis. That's what I've always wanted to do, believe it or not. There are a couple milestones that I think I'm gonna hit this year, like barring extreme circumstances, I think I'm gonna hit 1 million views on my channel in 2023, which is crazy. It's just so odd to go from like making YouTube videos in my room to now like people are asking me to collaborate with other people on the site who I watch and who I think are making really cool, interesting things and are far better at this than I am. I also want to thank Eli and Abby and Noah and Gabby because they were in my videos this year. I couldn't have done it without them. Eli got me this hat. I love that man very much. I really do feel like I'm now part of the YouTube community. Goes with that other bit. Speaking of Twitter, I think it's finally time to take the question mark out of my bio. YouTuber? Yeah, I am. I am a YouTuber now. Let's put a period on it. There we go. YouTuber. I truly can't overstate this, but you all have, in a very genuine way, changed my life. So thank you so much. I will never run out of thanks to say because I will always be grateful to you all. Also, shout out to the person who recognized me on like 56th, 57th, and 8th. You were the first person ever to recognize me out in public, and you did it while I was with one of my friends from out of town she's a very cool person. So you made me feel very cool in front of someone who I think is very cool. So thank you, and thank you for watching my videos. I hope that you see this. You will know that you made my day. That was like one of the highlights of my year, was having someone in New York recognize me. I don't have words. So thank you. I'm gonna say it a million times here. I don't know how many thank yous total will be at. We'll put a thank you counter up now, and let's throw one more on. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and you wouldn't mind leaving a like or subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. Podcast is coming back. Personal life happened, and then I was out of town, and now Eli's out of town. But when he comes back, podcast comes back. Even though my computer's broken, we're gonna figure it out, okay? I promise. Again, we'll throw one more on there. Thank you so much for this year, for watching this video, for making it all the way to the end. This video's way too long and probably a little self-indulgent, and I apologize for that. But I'm really glad to have you all here, and I can't wait to see what comes next. For now, it'll be another YouTube video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
This guy's not in the movie, but he seems like a cool guy.